I do, right. There we go. Okay, good evening everybody. My name is Ose and we are playing, or continuing, with Marwell Manor Farm. I've put in about 11 hours so far into this game. And it's pretty actually it's time for day 2. So let's do this. That's about right. It gets kind of dark here. Okay. Early morning, 5 o'clock, nearly 6 o'clock. I have the... Yes. John Deere here, and we need to get that out to the field that we harvested yesterday. Now, in the intervening time, help if we put some lights on. Okay. Get in the cab. So I've relocated all the equipment up here. Actually, I'm going to point at this shed, or this side of the shed. So, changes in equipment. We now have, on the right, we still have the plough. I used that yesterday. We still have the bale collection wagon. We still have the seeder, which is what we need here. And it needs filling. We bought a rake, a bale wrapper. We moved the mower up here. That's pretty much all for now here. No, I didn't want to do that. No, 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 no. Fill. Okay. This one seems to fill okay. Sometimes. Hello. Actually, they're all a little bit temperamental. It could be this cedar. It's cedar bits, so the containers are a little bit further away from there. We go. Okay, that's that stuff, and with any luck that'll work too, and we will switch it on to soybeans. So so yesterday we spent the day planting that field with canola or oilseed rape. We're in England, so that's what they call it. That's kind of impressive. Okay, I think we should stop and take a picture. Okay, anyway, I did not plough or lime that field at all yesterday. However, this field, as you can see, I have ploughed it and I previously limed it as well. I bought a small limer, very small. I'm not sure where I hid it. I think it might still be in the equipment shed. Once again, I'm going to set this off on a worker. Unfold that. Hi, I'm Montgomery and X-Simon. No, this is a solo farm. I play multiplayer with Arthur and the crew on a Friday usually at 7 o'clock. There was no stream this last week. What are we doing? Putting that on the worker. And there we go. Very nice textures Oxygen David's come up with on this map. Anyway, that was that. I need to get back to here. This tractor and the baler is absolutely filthy. Put the brights on the front. I'll leave the work lights off the back. I had spent the entirety of yesterday while the worker was liming and seeding, ploughing the field we harvested yesterday, cutting the grass in field, I don't know, 19, 20, 19. So we've got completely split field. Well, it's not exactly half and half, but we've split it between silage bales and hay bales in preparation for getting some cows. We are now finished with pretty much all of the grass equipment. Oh, there's the spreader. So I think first things first today. Since the crop in the adjacent field 18 has grown, I need to get the spreader out and go and fertilize that field again. And thank you for the host, Grab Life. Say welcome to your viewers too. And we need to drop that right there. Now I will check the map status just to make sure, but I believe that that field of canola is at growth stage 1. Oh, actually I need to fix this tractor up. Let's go and do a service, then attach the spreader on the back. Our tractors were basically non-stop all of yesterday, and I'm thinking that I might have misjudged this particular tractor. And should probably have gone with something with about 220 horsepower rather than the approximately 136 this tractor's running, because it's kind of limited in the jobs I can do. So all of the ploughing and planting has to be done by the John Deere. Okay. Now this thing here, let's pull outside a bit, is tiny. It's 1800 litres, which is bigger than the Cumberland, smaller than the Kuhn spreader. However, guessing there's some issue. I possibly got this rotated the wrong way. There we go. I have to be on the side to load it. That's good enough. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. I'm going to have to pop over to the store. But in theory, if that's... yeah, that's a light green. That's a growth stage 1. So I number what the state of this one as 0 because nothing's growing yet. At growth stage 1, normal tyres do not damage the crop. Growth stage 2 and 3, and at harvestable stage, you are going to rip up the crop with regular tyres. Okay, I have canola in field 18, and in field 15 I am planting soybeans. Be careful coming through here. I mean, basically yesterday it took us, I'll check it in a minute, but into the store. See if we can find the dirt track. There we go. We're here. So I'm going to need another weight. Weights. Actually, let's go backwards and check out that spreader. Where's the spreader? What does it recommend as a weight? It doesn't. Okay. That one recommends SB 1000. That one recommends nothing. Okay. So we need a weight. It doesn't have to be 1000. Let's go for a 650 AGCO weight. I'll make it the same colour as the Fendt. I probably haven't made it the same colour as the Fendt. It's probably the wrong colour. But, we'll also need to come back here a little bit later and get front loader arms for this tractor. So you're still going. It took us 2.4 hours approximately to harvest the barley in field 16 yesterday. And then after that, the John Deere was running constantly with that spreader on the back for lime. And actually before that we planted field 18, then we ran field 15 lime and ploughing pretty much all day. I didn't get finished until about 7:45. Both tractors needed a lot of maintenance. The plough was wrecked and needed some work too. Okay, so now we have a weight. We should be able to pick up that spreader. Now, I have no delusions about this spreader. It is small, so we're going to have to keep coming back, but I've got the refill points here for both the lime and fertilizer. I also farm started with where was it? One of these, and I sold that yesterday as well. Since the seeder can take solid fertilizer, I figured it was probably easier on our part to use solid fertilizer across the board. So having this thing rather than the liquid fertilizer thing is probably a slightly better idea. This is not going to be fun because it's still night time, but we're not destroying the crops, as you see, so we're kind of good here. The other thing, I prefer solid because it goes faster than a liquid spreader or liquid sprayer. Oh, I haven't kept this very straight, have I? Oh boy. We have the potential to waste an awful lot of solid fertilizer on this. Yes, I did start on new farmer mode because that's about the only way you can, or that is the only way you can have the starting farm. $15 and $11. Where is 15 and 11? Oh, we can't get in there? That's interesting. Okay. I really can't tell where I've been and where I haven't been. I would probably do better to put this on a worker and go and run the plant and the seeder myself. I think maybe I'll do that. So I'll drop this back to here. And off you go. And you can stop doing whatever it is you're doing. Okay, strange things happening here. The other problem with field 15 is there are a bunch of telephone poles in the middle of it, which do cause workers a bit of a headache. Oh, right, yes. Yes, you can purchase the rest of the map for £17 million. I will probably give this map a bit of a run, yes. From playing my standard Lawfold Saturday yesterday, I have found that we did not finish off the cow breeding, so that map is going to have to now run until next summer, which is a bit of a pain. So Saturday morning will remain Lawfolds for at least the foreseeable future, although I might play that more off camera to because obviously winter's coming up and there's not a lot we need to do over winter, so I can skip all of that and just put on broadcast when we're doing interesting stuff. I might go fast through autumn as well, because we've got now 5 days of rain until last day of fall, and that's going to be a harvest of the corn and the soybeans. Stancia Lapacho, I'm going to run for a little while longer. Yeah, it was first farm I ran. I don't know how much longer I'll run it for, but I'll probably run it till at least the end of February, which is still only, what, 3 more streams, because I stream that on a Tuesday. Yes, yeah. The Oxygen David is very good, and so is Bullet Bill when he decides to make maps. Both of them very good, very realistic looking maps. Obviously, they're basing them on real world places. Supposedly, with Farm Sim 19, the detail is far more accurate than it was with 17. Yeah, I saw the Australian map. Daggerwind's been playing that as a multiplayer server, and frankly, that looks like a good multiplayer map. Certainly, I'm not going to play any solo play on it, because, you know, I mean, even this field takes a couple of hours to harvest, and so you know, the fields the size of the Australian map, they're going to take days, and I'm not sure as a single player that's going to make for a good stream. I mean, the fields on this map are quite big. For a small map, that's kind of undecided. But anyway, yeah, we'll keep going with this one. I may at some time go back to looking at the Alpine map. But I'm not too sure about that one. I think the thing, and one of the reasons why I did all of the mowing off camera earlier today, was because what's he done? We're fertilizing that. Yeah, that needs ploughing. Yes, it needs lime. Oh, good grief. Where is he? He's over there. We'll pull round, get him running up and down that bit. That's probably the best way to go. So solid fire fertilizer, while it's kind of expensive, is very low usage. There we go. So pull out to about there, and let him keep running. I'm going to have to start the engine on this thing again. But yeah, having spent most of Saturday doing an extended or was it Saturday? No, Friday night. We did an extended look at the Alpine panorama and Northern Sea or whatever it was called map, and I pretty much spent most of it doing grass work. So I figured I didn't need to spend a couple of hours on this map doing more grass work. So a little bit of variety. So instead we're going to plant stuff while it's dark, because that's always fun. Now once we've fertilised 18, I'm going to have to get the bale collection trailer and go and pick up all of the hay and silage and one straw bale that's out on the grass field by the farmhouse. Yes, and basically that was the idea. On that map I figured sheep would be a good fit for that. So I bought 40 sheep, and obviously I've just got grass and a bale wrapper to make silage so that I can sell the silage for money. Unfortunately I crashed the silage market. We made about 125 bales off a couple of fields, so I need to, that map was in a state of, I got a bunch of silage bales on the farm, but I'm going to have to wait until the price recovers before I can sell them. The sheep are all fed, which is a good thing, and yes, if I want to do arable, I'm going to be ploughing up some of the grass fields, because the arable fields that are on that farm, or at least the ones that are close to the central farm location, are tiny. So they're not going to, they're not going to yield a lot of crop. I figure doing grass and sheep is probably a workable solution, and potentially I could sell the pig, chicken, horse and cow plots and buy more sheep pasture, sheep enclosures, so you can maximize your sheep. This farm I'm thinking probably cows, which is why I spent yesterday game day making silage and hay. We still need a mixing wagon and a bale shredder, but outside of that we're pretty much good to go with cows as soon as I've pulled all the bales off the field. Kind of tempted to fast wind the day, but I think I need to get the fertilizer finished before we speed up time, because I don't want to risk that field hitting growth stage 2 while there's a tractor with regular tyres on it. Now, as far as my opinions on this map so far, one of the things I like about the Alpine farm is it uses base in-game assets, placeable assets. So if you, I think it's bugged as well as far as the start is concerned. If you start on farm manager mode, you still get all of the buildings and all of the equipment that you get on new farmer mode. which I think is possibly wrong. But you don't start with any land on what's it on Farm Manager. So that's it's kind of a tricky thing to say, but if Farm Manager didn't give you anything and you had to then accept the vast tracts of money that you get, then you could completely rebuild the farm because it's using standard in-game assets. Now the problem with the Michigan map and the other map I looked at, which was Rolling Hills, is all of the buildings are static. They, you can't remove them, and there aren't any of that style in the store, so you can't expand your farm using similar buildings. You can't delete the buildings. If you start in Farm Manager mode, the buildings are all on the map, but you just have to buy the land they're on, but you can't delete them. So if there's a couple of barns in a yard and I I want to get rid of one and put in, I don't know, something else, a hayloft, I can't delete any of the buildings. Now I can put in a hayloft if I can find some room for it, but that's kind of an issue. That creation of map does not facilitate me doing, building my own farm. I'm stuck with the farm they've given me. And in a way, this map suffers from the same problem. I can't edit the cow or chicken or horse areas. I'm stuck with those as is. And the main farm isn't placeable assets again. Or sorry, is a placeable asset. I can sell the main farm if I start in new farmer mode, but I can't rebuild it. And for me, that's kind of an issue. That's kind of forcing my hand. If I want this main farm, I can sell some. I can't even sell one or two of the buildings. That's it might be, well, I want to keep the houses, but those machine sheds that I'm storing all my equipment in, I don't want to use those. I want to use something different. Well, I can't take them out and replace them with something different because they're part of the entire farm structure. But Oxygen David hasn't given me placeable assets in the style of the buildings he's placed on the map. And that's kind of limiting. I would, it would be nice if some of the map makers would generate their building assets to start off with and release those on the mod hub so you can use their style of buildings, kind of like some of the buildings for Old Stream Farm in Farm Sim 17 were released as placeable assets, and then Old Stream Farms comes out, and so I can place farmyard buildings anywhere on the map, and they'll fit with the general style of the map, and I kind of like that. If I come here, let's look at the buildings. Farmhouses, I can do. These are the farmhouses available. I don't have the farmhouse I have. This is a really handy mod for maps where they give you static buildings, because those static buildings generally aren't functional, but I can stick that outside the front of the building and it turns the building into basically I've got somewhere I can sleep. It's a farmhouse type of thing. But all the sheds I've got are things like this. some of the mods I've downloaded, but I don't have access to those big metal shuttered sheds that I've got all my equipment in. And that's kind of sad, because maybe I want more of them. Darn. I did just put that down. And I'm also forgetting I got a message from this guy who's driven off into the... What are you doing down there, dude? Okay. How's he doing with the fertilisation? So if we come round here, he can do all that. Yeah, there's a bunch of trees here, obviously, I can't get at either. Oh, yes, I can. It's just these you can't get at. Huh. Okay, anyway, let's turn this round and try and get it over here somewhere where we haven't spread anything. Looks like around about here. Possibly. Okay, back to this. Start the engine, start the thing, lower it, then drive. Yes. But going back to the Alpine farm, I wouldn't mind it if folks did a... that was really quick. You know, the assets they're putting down on sort of areas that are nominally farmyard areas, if they could make that so that I can sell them, I can put them back, or I can put my own set of building mods, it makes the map a little bit more friendly, I think. We didn't screw that one up. But to be limited on, you know, on this map, I'm limited to Ravenport and Felsbrunn and third-party building mods. I don't have anything sort of old English country village style. Now, I'm not a map creator. I don't create mods, so it's I don't really mean it as a criticism, it's just a sort of a general comment, shall we say. I'm happy to play on this map. It's a very nice map. But and it's, yeah, it's kind of like playing Farm Sim 17. You didn't get much of a choice there. The buildings on the map were the buildings on the map. You couldn't sell them, you couldn't, you know, you couldn't make them disappear without the editor. But you could add other placeable assets on the map if you could find room for them. Get another message from the worker that he's screwed up again. Yeah, what are you doing there? Oh, I started him off at an angle and he got totally confused. Okay, fine. So the other thing I've noticed with workers on Farm Sim 19 is they're not limited to the cardinal compass directions. And they're, which, you know, if you're not aware, is, you know, north, south, east, west, northwest, southwest, northeast and southeast. So I could either place them, let's turn it, so it looks like these lines are lined up on pretty much directly north. So I could either go straight north, or I could go about 45 degrees off north, a little bit more that way, or I could go 90 degrees. Now if I wanted to get along that line, I can't do that in Farm Sim 17, it wouldn't let me. However here, I'm pretty sure I can, or I can get very close to it. So if I line that up like that and then say off you go, he can't quite manage that line, but he's pretty close. So long as he stays on the field before the end. I'm wasting a load of fertilizer off the right side of the field. If he, yeah, he's not going to stay on the field all the way to the top. That's a pain. He's going to turn round and pretty much follow that line all the way back again. Is he? Or has he just changed directions again? No, he's changed directions again. Once again, workers like square fields, not offset fields. No, you haven't. Seriously, dude. Let's get back to the planter. We seem to be doing a little bit better with start the engine. Okay. Track 15 is a lot smaller than 18. Still took us 2 hours to harvest the darn thing. 2.5 hours. It's one of the reasons why I'm going with canola and soybeans. It takes longer to fill up the harvester, so we can leave a worker harvesting for longer between bringing a tractor over and unloading it. Plus I have a whole stack of straw in the barn, or in one of the buildings, and I sold quite a lot of straw as well. So it's not like I'm going to be short of straw for quite a while. not too good at driving straight lines, even with the plough lines on it. And yeah. Spreader's got stuck again. Although I had quite a time babysitting this tractor while it was seeding field 18. It's not a very friendly field for workers. Okay, how's he done? Oh, that's... I don't know. Difficult to fix. Now, and he crashed into a tree, which doesn't help. Off you go, have another go. That one. And I do plan to run around the outside once this is done. Fill in the edge. Thinking of put the arable equipment in the smaller shed. Keep all the grass handling or bale stuff in the larger one, which is where we got this from. So I can move over the plough. What else I've got? I suppose the fertilizer could go in with this as well. Missing the quick look mod too, which allows me to line the camera up on tractor direction, either forward or backwards. So I can do a snap look behind, snap look front. That's a part of the problem with games like this, is you get used to some of the sort of quality of life mods,